Rob. The homestead was built about 1868, 1869. It's a generational property. The family still lives in the area, and it has been changed probably 2 or 3 times. You know, in the 50s it was rehashed, as they say, and I think around about the 70s.
So you bought it when? Just a few years ago?
No, we've been here nearly 9 years.
What did you have to do to it?
Refurbish the interior totally, add bathrooms. The bones were here. When I first stepped into the hall, I knew my spirit landed.
But you had been searching for quite some time to find the spot.
Yes, yeah, we had. We'd lived in Europe on and off for about 3 or 4 years. Then we came back and we had a list of properties we were wanting to view, as they always look different on the internet. So we picked up a couple of real estate books, and in one of them was this property. And John said to me, "How would you like to live down near the Kaikoura Hills?" And I said, "Well, I can't see much in the picture except hills, but since we're heading to Christchurch, we'll have a look at it," which we did, and the rest is history.
The garden, absolute credit to you.
Thank you. It's a joy. It gives everything to us. It's hard work, and it's something that we both enjoy, but we both work very well together. We're very in harmony when we're out there. I make the mess, John cleans it up.
How important, Helen, is it to have the setting as well as the accommodation?
Extremely important. It's a picture, and you have to paint the entire picture, not just part of it. Because international guests that we have are sophisticated, they are worldly, they're well-travelled, and therefore they have a benchmark. And we needed to reach that benchmark, which we did with Qualmark, 5-star, and to be able to offer them a professional and a comfortable and an experience. And I believe that's what we've done.
So what you're saying is, there must be hundreds of B&Bs around the country
Sure.
that are wanting to get into that market, but you've got to offer them much more than everybody else.
First of all, I think you've got to find the right property, and you've got to find the destination that you are looking for, and this is the destination we were looking for. You have the Pacific on your doorstep, 80 metres up the road. You have Blenheim, you have Kaikoura, so you've got the whale watching, and you've got the vineyards, and then you've got this tranquil haven to come back to. And they love it because it's quiet, it's private, wonderful bird life, tennis, swimming, river walking, walk out to the ocean.
And an owner who's a chef.
And an owner who's a chef. Well, that's lots of fun. They love that. They all congregate in the kitchen and watch him, and they become part of it. The home is theirs while they're here. We don't segregate. We care and look after them and make their stay as happy and as comfortable as possible.
For somebody who is contemplating becoming a B&B owner, how much of an intrusion are people into your lives?
I suppose they are an intrusion, but that's the name of the game. You either accept it or you don't. But we don't find it an intrusion because having travelled so much ourselves, there's always a meeting place of either they've been there, we've been there, and so therefore you've got, a wonderful conversation, and they are more interested in us and what we do in our life here because they're coming into our home, and as New Zealanders, this intrigues them.
You've also put a cottage on the property.
Yes, we did. We have. It's a 2-bedroom cottage, and that's very popular with independent travellers that want to be able to do their own thing. That's also, wonderful if they've got children. So, yes, we could see openings, and that was an opening. I also became a marriage celebrant because I could see an opening for that as well, and that's proved very much so.
I mean, with a homestead such as this, the garden such as that, I would imagine that people would be flocking to get married here.
Well, yes, they are. We've done a lot of weddings here, particularly from overseas. They find it easy to come to New Zealand, and then they get married, then they go off on a tour, their honeymoon, and then back to wherever they come from. Germany, done a lot of German weddings, and it's a lot of fun.
Running a B&B, obviously fresh produce
Yes.
and local wines very important.
Oh, very much so, yes. All local wines. We have a wonderful pottinger garden. John does all that. Fresh crayfish, it's all there. Venison.
Somebody who's looking at doing it, your advice to them, just do it?
Do it. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle more than, making a million. That's not what it's all about. It's about the ambience, it's meeting people, greeting people, and it can be seasonal. With winter, there are the odd skiers that go by, but it's really October to March, and that suits us very well.
But Helen, grandchildren now, I understand, in
Yes.
Auckland, and you may be saying goodbye to all this.
Well, yes, that's my priority. I have a granddaughter, and it gets a bit tiring going up and down to Auckland, as I do about every month. So I think the time has come for us to make that decision and pass it on to the next person.
It'll be sad to close the chapter because you've had so much out of it.
It'll be very sad to try and find something similar in the north, because we are very emotionally involved with it. We're passionate about it. So it will be a sad day, yes, you're right.
But a wonderful day for whoever opens up the next chapter.
Oh, yes, we've done the work. And it's all here for them. And in the garden, I think it needs to be someone who loves gardening, who loves a tranquil and peaceful life. And yet, we go to Blenheim once a week, lunch at one of the vineyards, and it's marvellous.